Welcome to the Green Wasp Removal YouTube channel. In this episode, we continue training and mentoring the Manchester University Wasp Team as we were called to the backyard of a private residence to remove a very aggressive Southern Yellowjacket nest that had attacked the homeowner when they tried to do some gardening out here. As you can see here, as soon as we approached and did any moving around there, the Southern Yellowjackets attacked our gloves and got stuck in the leather. After some exploratory digging below the planter box, we found their entry hole, and it turned out they were not below the box, in the ground. They were in the box inside the dirt that was being held by this large planter box. So we had to dig out about 1.5 feet of dirt, and down in the bottom was a series of logs that had been laid in the bottom of the planter bed. The wasps had built their nest in small crevices between these logs. As soon as we uncovered these logs, the wasps went nuts. As you see here, it took a few minutes of collecting before we could even go back safely and dig out the rest of the nest. Vespula squamosa are one of our most aggressive native species. As you see here, there were just kamikaze wasps going after the gloves, disemboweling themselves on the gloves, because once they sting the gloves, they can't get out of leather. They can sting human skin over and over again, but leather they get stuck in. So many of them were losing their venom sacs right there. And this actually kills the wasp, but that didn't stop them. They kept coming. Eventually, we collected enough of the attackers that we could go in and pull out the brood comb. And as you see here, these tight crevices between the wood pieces in the bottom of this planter is where the nest was built. There were several layers of nest. They were very active, a lot of eggs, a lot of pupae, a lot of larvae. So we collected this brood comb so that we could transport it back to our barn lab where we can incubate it for venom immunotherapy. As you see here, there was a lot of activity and a lot of life on these combs. So we can take these wasps back, and as they hatch out of the silk caps like this one you see here, we can collect them later for venom immunotherapy. Then it was time to find the queen. The team did a good job locating the queen, capturing her, and getting her into the bin. So at this point we knew we had all of the wasps collected that were flying, we had the brood comb collected for transport back to the barn, and we had the queen. Can't ask for more than that. As always, the team did an excellent job. They had such a good attitude throughout, even though we were working in a very warm day. It was super hot that day. It was very uncomfortable, and they just kept at it until we got the nest done. Once the collection was complete, it was time to cap off the collection bottles and get them frozen in dry ice. So what the team does is they take these wasps that are inside the collection bottles and they pack them into frozen CO2, that's dry ice. This preserves the venom at the highest quality possible for biomedical use. Now we're going to take you back to August 11th of 2025 and we'll show you the entire job. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment to let us know you're there. Enjoy the show. All right, it's August 11th, 2025. I'm here with Colleen again and Coco from the Manchester University Wasp Team, and we've been asked to take a look at a Eastern Yellowjacket nest, possibly. We're not sure if it's Eastern or Southern yet. We'll get a species ID here in a minute, but you can see them coming out of that space where one of the wood planks has been removed. The owner of the property had removed some of this wood while they were out here gardening, and they got stung immediately. So it looks like it's going to be underneath this planter bed somewhere, so we're going to have to dig them out of there. So that'll be the next plan of action, but first we're going to clear some of this area with some poles and some stakes just to give us some working room, because we're going to have to really dig out a fair amount of that dirt to get underneath that thing. All right, sounds good.
So, yeah.
They look pretty yellow and golden. I have a feeling these might be Southern, but we'll know in a minute when we get closer imagery. That is where they're going in though, right there.
Yeah.
What we're doing is moving enough earth out of the way so we can get at them from digging underneath. Okay, let's see what we got. See those big yellow lines?
Yep. Yeah, those are very clear.
Yeah, really obvious, right? So when it comes to making an ID on a Yellowjacket in the field, what we do is we look at the pattern on the back of the wasp, and as we have been discussing here, the two yellow marks that look like an equals sign on the back part of the wasp, on the thorax, that is unique to Southern Yellowjackets in this area. They're the only ones like that in this area.
Yeah.
Here, take a look. See the big yellow lines on the thorax? Vertical lines? Can't miss them. They're the only yellow jacket in this area that has that. Right on the black part, you see them? We removed enough earth with the shovel to be able to get under here and look at what's going on now. And now you can smell that maple syrup smell. Can you smell that yet? Southern Yellowjackets also release a pheromone and a venom scent that smells like maple syrup. They're the only ones that have that in this area. So what we want to see is what's going on under here. Yeah, I've not seen anything come out, but I see a hole right here. Take a look at this. And while you're down there, try to smell what that odor smells like.
Oh my god, it does smell like maple syrup.
You see them entering anywhere?
Yeah, they're definitely coming.
Yeah.
They're definitely coming out of that crevice.
Kind of stuffy, but yeah, it's strong.
Yeah.
I'm going to dig a little bit further out of there and see if we can get closer to the nest. All right, I found the hole. It's up here. It's up into the...
In the bed?
Yeah, it's in the bed. It's in the bottom of the bed. They dug this out up in here. There it is. That's where they're coming in and out. Up in here. So, we got two options. We can try to pop this open right here, or we can try to dig from the top and remove them, which is kind of a pain with all this stuff, but it's doable. Yeah. It's about, what's that, about almost 2 feet of dirt we'll have to remove from the top, unless we can remove 2 feet from the bottom and push it down, which neither option's ideal. But for now, let's remove this cage.
Okay.
And I think we'll just dig this out. Okay, so we located the nest. Down here, we dug out enough dirt from the bottom to find out that they're right up here. They're going underneath and up into the bed. Up in here is a big cavity.
We need to remove it. We might be able to just slide it over to the other side.
It's possible.
And then that can be up out of
So
there.
much more you can get out of there. Maybe we can put them over here.
Yeah, just because it looked like they were all interconnected. So
Okay, yeah, if you just bend it, that's great. That gives us room, cool. So what we're doing is just making dig space, because we're gonna have to dig this down by about 1.5 feet or so, which is not too bad. So let's go ahead and do that. This is a solid bar, so just be careful we can't hit that.
Yeah.
That's what's holding it together,
Should we get another
I guess.
bucket for the soil that's in there?
What's that?
Should we get another bucket for the soil that's in there to put that in?
I don't really have any more, so we can dump
We
this
could look
back
in the
down
shed.
here.
Okay.
Let's refill this, because we're not gonna need it now.
Okay.
Underneath. And we'll just put all this topsoil in the bucket. That can go back where we found it, because there's no nest down there.
Yeah.
The rest is going to be in here, so let's dig all that out. Let me get the main shovel, that might be a little quicker. So this removal required a fair amount of exploratory digging in this plant box, so we wanted to take it easy so we didn't destroy the nest when we hit it, but at the same time there was a lot of material to remove. So I believe the nest is going to be right down in here, so just be a little gentle with it.
Okay.
So what we found is the nest is down in the bottom of this big planter bed. So Colleen is kind of gently excavating to the side of the nest. And hopefully we can reach the bottom of the nest and see it without breaking it up. It should be down right in that next section there. Just beyond the bar, I think, is where it'll be.
I think I just hit into a cavity under there. So.
Yeah. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's
right there.
a real soft cavity over there I found with just reaching underneath.
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah, I know it's in there somewhere.
I'm gonna go grab the other.
I think
trowel.
it's
This is
going to be
getting-
just past those bars. So we had to go further and further down into this planter box, and what we found was the box was actually lined at the bottom with logs and plank wood. And at times we would hit that and have to keep digging because you couldn't dig any further down because it was all solid wood. So we kept digging across the center of the box, and eventually we found some crevices between these logs in there, and that seemed to be where the nest was going to be. It was actually a pretty awkward space to dig because there were also these metal support bars that ran across the center of the planter box, so we had to look out for those and try not to damage those. So the dig took longer than we planned because we really had to hunt for them. They were hidden away in these weird crevices between these logs down there. When we started to get close to the nest, they began to get very active, so we decided to take some breaks to let the vacuum collect a few before we went on. There we go. See that?
Yep.
Got it. Okay, so it's under this giant log, unfortunately. It might actually be in the wood.
That's what
Let's see if we can get this log out of here. Because I have a feeling that's going to have to move.
definitely, okay, they're starting to come out the bottom, so
Okay.
that's got to be where they're at. is
All right, let's
maybe-
collect a few while they're out and about. We're getting real close. Here's all this over a little more. All right, let's let them just focus on this here for a little bit. Yeah, she is. You really can't miss it. There's no other Yellowjacket species like that I've ever run into.
Yeah, that's very unique.
Look at that.
Oh, let's focus.
That's what they like to do. So you flick them off, otherwise they'll kill themselves like that by pulling out their venom sac. So we try to let them live by flicking them, but can't save them any of them. Once they get dug in there, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
So let's give it a few minutes to chill out, and then we'll dig out that log, and I think it's right there under the log. So what you see here is activity where we stirred up this old log underneath. So that's their nest. They're going to be in the log somewhere or underneath the log. And so we're going to let this device collect. Grab that white rag, please, on the on the orange cord, and cover up the bottle so they don't overheat. Coco has a white rag. We're going to put that over the bottle. Just drape it over the bottle so the sun doesn't overheat the specimens. There you go. All right, so let's just let them get collected a little bit here, and we'll go in a few minutes. One of our attackers here are in the bottle. That's what we're looking for. The rest are camped out right here. You see them? They're kind of hanging out on top of the log. They're just sitting there. And I think that might be where our nest is, back there. So let's take a look back there. I'm gonna have you film this. I'm gonna dig a little bit in that area. So they're guarding up here. So I think maybe it's in the back, behind there, because they're sitting here like they're guarding an entrance almost. But they're also coming out of here. They might have two entrances there. I hate to wreck their thing here, but
Well, I mean, like he said, they can't get stung again, so
yeah,
I think they'd rather lose a couple of plants.
I agree. There we go. Paper.
Find it. Oh,
See it?
back there.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is what we've been looking for.
All right. Finally.
Boy, it's gonna be a big one.
Yep. Wow.
There you go. Okay, so we're gonna remove this section next. We'll give this to you guys. Sorry, plants.
Yeah.
Let's just take this whole section out. Got a trowel. I'll take the big one. So when we get to the nest point, all we're trying to do is excavate like a archaeological dig. You want to try to be real gentle, not to break it up, because we want to take as much of it as we can in one piece.
We have the other container to put the nest
Yeah,
Oh,
where's the
okay.
nest container? Is it right over there?
in. I don't think so.
Might have to.
I'll wait until you get back.
Go, go, go.
Let's step back for a bit.
Yeah.
We'll let them get sucked up here for a few.
Oh, there you go.
All right, looks like we got some of the first layer here already. Let's get some paper out. Yeah, it's wedged in between these pieces of wood. Look at that.
Oh, so
Wood here and wood there.
should we try and grab it or dig more from
Yeah, there's nothing really to dig. It's solid wood here and here. So we're gonna have to take it piece by piece.
it? Okay.
So we're looking for a big orange queen. If you see her, we gotta grab her. It's gonna be tough to get her in this
Should
environment.
we get the clip?
No, it's okay. I think we're just gonna have to grab her and throw her in.
Okay.
But it's gonna be hard because she's got a lot of places to run. So if we lose her, we lose her.
Okay.
But at least we can get the nest. Okay, try to pull that next layer. Look for the queen. Not in there? Okay. Yeah, this is a really awkward space, man, because it's too hard to get in there. She's got to be right in this crevice. See if your fingers can get her. She'll be down in there somewhere. A big orange queen. Any paper and stuff, get right in the bucket or the bin.
There's some big cells that you just pulled up. You might be getting closer.
Yeah, if you find any cells, put them in the bin. Try not to put any dirt in with them.
Okay.
Those queen cells are where the queen's probably going to be laying eggs, right down in that crevice. If she hasn't already run into one of these big holes.
Hope somebody's chewing out right now.
Yeah, you seeing one of them come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are how they get out of their silk caps.
Yeah, right there.
Are we seeing it?
Yeah, it's there.
Oh yeah, cool. There it is, pupating as we speak, coming out as an adult.
Wow, that is so fascinating. Right?
Yeah, right in the wet. There she is. There's the queen.
Where?
Okay, grab her with your fingers. Make sure she ends up in the bin. Great.
Very nice.
Good
Wow.
job.
Wow, she's
That's
very
what we're looking
orange.
Yeah.
for. All right, cap it off.
All right, where's the
Oh, sorry. Awesome.
wait.
That 2 in a row got the queen. Good job. Hit it. Hit it.
Woo!
Got it, friends.
All right, I'm gonna make sure Marianne doesn't come too close over here.
Okay.
All right, good job. That looks great.
Hi. Yep. Okay.
Very good. Boy, that was a dig and a half.
Yeah.
I don't see any more bits of nest. Let's pull this out. All right, I think that's about it. There's tons of cavities. But I don't see any more obvious activity, at least.
Yeah.
All right, I don't want to spray in here really, because they're growing edible plants.
Yeah.
I don't want to fill it with anything. So I'm thinking maybe a big pot of boiling water would be a better idea.
Yeah. Well, Marianne and Keith are both outside right now.
All right, let me go talk to them. Let's get all the wasps off our bodies, and then we can go talk to them. What we have here is boiling water, and the reason why we're using boiling water is we can kill wasps with it in the dirt without having to see a lot of the wasps, and we don't want to spray any type of even essential oils in here and dish soap and water in their garden where they're currently actively growing plants. Even though we wrecked about a third of the garden probably, there is still quite a bit of food, as you can see here, is still growing. There's beans and whatever else here. So they can still salvage a lot of this land, or a lot of this garden space. So we're not going to use spray. So go ahead and dump them anywhere you see wasps congregating. Just dump it all out quickly, all the way through there. And this will burn them all where they're trying to dig new holes. Go all the way around the perimeter up into this area where they're digging.
Come over.
There's not much left. But anywhere you see them, try to hit them.
I feel bad.
There wasn't a whole lot of water, but it was enough.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and refill. We'll give that back to Keith. You can put it near his water. So we got a pretty good collection of Southern Yellowjackets here. And this is just one of the bottles. We have two now that are like this. Well, here's the two together. It's a decent collection for venom immunotherapy. One note here about the specimen collection bottles is that they're labeled for Eastern Yellowjacket, but we use them for Southern Yellowjacket in this case because we didn't have any Vespula squamosa containers at the time. So that means we have to dismantle these later, clean them out, and make sure there's no cross-contamination between the species venom. All right, let's take these guys and freeze them. Now the breeze comes.
The vacuum went off and it was like whoosh.
Hey, check out this monarch.
Yeah.
Is that all milkweed?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yeah, it
pretty
looks
cool.
like they're growing a great pollinator garden.
Yeah, excellent, man. That's really nice. There's going to be maybe some great black wasps around here because they help pollinate milkweed, evidently.
Mm-hmm.
So once we take the wasps out of the field, we go ahead and put them in dry ice, and this will preserve their venom at the highest possible quality for biomedical use, or venom immunotherapy in this case. So that's what you see happening here. We're just getting the wasps secured in the ice cooler. So the team did a great job. It was a long dig on a hot day, but as always, they did not complain and they got the work done. We can't say enough about the Manchester University Wasp Team members. They are just super solid operators in the field and always a pleasure to work with.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's kind of let that drop right back where it was. There, that worked great.
Yeah, I'm happy with how that turned out. Stayed out of
Yep,
the
yep,
workspace and we didn't have to.
Made everything a lot easier. All right, so now all this can go back where it was. Okay, so all of this is basically where it was. Is that right, or do we need to stand anything up?
No, I mean it was already.
It was already
all
keeled?
in quite a bit.
Okay,
so
great.
As long as nothing was like pulled out of the ground or anything.
Okay, then we're good like it was. All right, that's a wrap for today. Good job, guys. We got them frozen. We got the queen. Can't ask for more than that.